Hello friends, and welcome to my Mr. Fogarty Lost in Time flip through. You may remember A Frog's Tale and Around the World, which are Mr. Fogarty's previous two books, and now he's off on another adventure, which is Lost in Time. And I'm pretty happy with that little cover, let me just say. But before we look through this, I thought I'd just quickly show you some of my sketchbooks stuff from working through this. So I just usually quickly go through and thumbnail. So first of all, I'll just brainstorm a whole lot of stuff, because I obviously think about the book for a long time, and then I'll sit down and brainstorm what I'm thinking could go on. And then I'll sort of start to rough out some thumbnails, and then I'll start drawing bits and pieces. Obviously, Mr. Fogarty needs a time machine to get through time. And that was the one that I thought was the final one. Here are some concepts I had. I think I put this one in my February freebie. Just a couple of different ideas for ways we could do the time machine. Just nice free sketches. Here's my first concept for him building it. I just didn't think the composition on that worked all that well, so I fixed that up a bit. And here's the dream sequence where he thinks about the arc of time. So I would have probably started out with this little thumbnail and then played with it. Doing snail floating on his shell made me laugh. Bits and pieces. Just thinking through characters. Little dinosaurs. I don't know how I can justify putting dinosaurs in a Mr. Fogarty book, but I managed to do it. So I got to draw some. Look at this little guy. It's so cute. Axolotls. Got druids and little scenes. Here he is in a monastery, sampling some of the time. Roman action. Went to a lot of places. Oh, this is a fun page from the book. Oh, this was great fun coming up with these little costumes. I had characters that I created that didn't make it into the book, but look at his little pose there. I was really happy with these little soldier guards. And then he just lots of fun little. This is a future scene. And I couldn't decide between going steampunk or Jetsons, so I did both, as you'll see later on in the book. There's lots of excuses to draw. Oh, okay, now there's a warning here. If you've got a fragile disposition, there could be nudity on the next page, but this was the Renaissance picture I did, and I wanted him to be carved into statues. So this is Mr. Fogarty posing as David. Here's Michelangelo. First one didn't quite come together, so I redrew him. But I didn't think I could put him in at that level of nudity, so I've covered him with the statue in the actual book. But that was classic laughter. I drew this fun car for the gangster scene, but didn't quite find room for it in the book. Found room for a lot of these little cute characters. So anyway, that's just a quick flip through some of the Mr. Fogarty's breaking hearts throughout history. Playing golf. Anyway, that's a quick look through one of my sketchbooks. The one where I do some rough thinking and come up with characters' ideas and stuff like that. So I hope you enjoyed that. Let's get into the book. This is Lost in Time. And it does share a lot of around the world. So I want them to be sort of the next volume in the series, so to speak, because it's often another journey. So let's get into the book. Well, we've got a book belongs to page. He's reading the time, and there's a little watch. There may be some time-related things in this book. As usual, we've got our introduction page, and then if you're using this book, these are fun little things to colour. Here's the time machine at Stonehenge, and here he is running one or two an adventure, who knows. And we get to our first illustration, which is Fly Envious Time. In the present day, where Mr. Fogarty has a revelatory dream about the arc of time. And I did do duplicates with a difference in this book. And we'll just flip through with that and show you. So it's going to be a pretty thorough flip through, I guess. We'll have a look at both of the things. Changes have been made. I especially like that this clock is melting. There's a little bit of a surrealist hint to this dream sequence. We've got inspiration. Here he is building and planning his time machine, and he seems to be having a lovely cup of tea whilst Snail is hard at work. And there are lots of little differences, but I'm not going to show them all to you. I'll let you find them. And here he's he presents his time machine to a group of skeptical friends. I think there may be some friends that we've seen in previous books. Once again, little differences. And here he's test driving his time machine. He's taking it for its first journey. Now I have two different types of Mr. Fogarty. This Mr. Fogarty is going through with his little cap, and this Mr. Fogarty is a little bit better dressed. And he's getting sucked into the vortex of time. Little parts are falling off his machine, so it's a little bit concerning. This one seems a little bit more in control, and there are stars, so not sure which way you're going to go, which way you're going to choose to colour on that. And of course, here he is in the Jurassic period. And I don't think he stays in the Jurassic period for very long. I'm sure Snail is looking quite petrified there. And these guys are smiling, but I think there's a menace in their eyes. And here we have different dinosaur. And once again, he's dressed differently. The two avenues of time are showing different dresses. Here he is, Thanks-a-Lotl, in the Paleolithic period, where he inadvertently changes the future by introducing fire to primitive axolotls. Not recommended for time travellers. But Mr. Fogarty is new to this, so we have to give him some leeway. We have to give him some room to learn, don't we? Here we are in the Iron Age, a little bit of Stonehenge action. He's chatting to a little druid dude. And this has got a different scene. It's a nighttime scene. Extra character there. Quite fond of this little bird sitting on the top. Well, of course he has to go to Rome. This is Imperial Rome, and Mr. Fogarty drops his matches, and Nero is given an idea. I'm not sure whether it's a good idea. And we have a few little changes, different statues. Here's Snail as a statue. And this little guy is running, and here he is. He's made it. You don't want to be late giving Nero his wine, I guess. Merry monks in the Middle Ages. Snail seems to have overindulged. And here is our Renaissance. Michelangelo is inspired. He has a new muse. Even Snail is bringing inspiration to the Renaissance. And as you can see, he's in there, but covered with his modesty. And this is our One Frog Hamlet in Elizabethan London. And here is our little William Shakespeare. There's a mouse. Shocked at the talent shown by Mr. Fogarty. And here he is on stage again with a different dude. Some stuff's happening. He seems to have put his pipe down, which has caught fire in this one. Before the ball. Well, as I mentioned, drawing these characters was so fun, and I just think this will be a glorious thing to colour. And here we have a little guard, and if we look at the duplicates version, we have Snail, who's also dressed to the nines. Look at him, fabulous. This is one of my favourite snails I think I've ever drawn. Oh, a quick dip. Not sure if any of you saw the BBC Pride and Prejudice mini-series, but there's a scene in there that I couldn't resist replicating. And here he is at Pemberley, exiting his quick dip in the pond. I can't tell you that I laughed quite a bit during the drawing of this. Oh, Tsarist Russia. Mr. Fogarty experienced his first tragic love affair, but the princess does have a parting gift. Of course, he's breaking hearts throughout time, as well as around the world. I'm not sure he understands what this is, but it could be a Fabergé egg. And I love the bleak Russian tundra. Oh, we've lost our there are a few different fashion things, but it's the same picture. The time-space conundrum. So Mr. Fogarty goes home, but he meets himself, which of course is, if you know anything about time travel, meeting yourself is a terrible thing. And of course, he met himself and it's broken this time-space continuum. And this one, the clock has pretty much exploded. And the walls are cracking, he's being sucked into a vortex. And here he is in the vortex. And his matches throughout history have created all sorts of havoc and chaos. And here, of course, he's flipping and spinning, so that one's him from a whole different angle. But not all is lost, because in the fourth dimension, there's an alien intervention. And he awakens in the distant future. Seattle, 3500. I've got to say that this is one of my favourite illustrations from the book. And I am looking forward to colouring that. I think it's got to be in pastels, doesn't it? Pink and blue. And of course, this is the alternate version. And he's in his full steampunk gear. And there are robots and all sorts of... This is the less environmentally friendly version. We're at 2025. Everyone's oblivious because they're all just taking selfies. So this little guy here is falling off the waterfall whilst he takes his selfie. 2025, dangerous times. He's going back through time. So we were going through time, then we had the time-space conundrum, and he was deposited in the distant future, and now he's coming back to his time. So we're in 1984. We're in an arcade, of course, and he's listening to his Walkman. And, he's looking very Miami Vice here. Lots of different stuff going on in here. These little guys standing on the back of the other one. And we're in Woodstock. Mr. Fogarty's working out how to dance. Seems to be getting into it, really. I think this will be a fun one to colour as well. Different stuff going on here. Snails added. There's a little combi on there. I love snails, flowers. And it's painted his shell for him. Well, and then we're in 1929, and there seems to be on the cusp or just after a bank robbery, and Mr. Fogarty's deciding, you know what, I'm going to try out this little device and see where it takes me, because I need to leave here. There's also a bit of eye contact going on here. So once again, I think these blowflies are my little favourite thing over here. And he goes back further in time to 1492, where he meets up with Leonardo. He's one of Leonardo's flying machines, and of course this is Mr. Fogarty's time machine. And they're working out some pretty hardcore mathematics by the look of things. And this one's got a picture on the wall. And this is a Vitruvian frog. You remember Leonardo's Vitruvian Man? Well, we've upgraded that. Now we've got the Vitruvian frog. And the order in the universe is restored. This is the Vitruvian frog with a finer wardrobe. And the end of the road. And his time machine is in the shed, and there's a padlock on the shed. He said, I'm over this whole time travel thing, I'm going fishing. In the alternate, not quite going fishing, looks like he's going to the opera. I love Snail with his get up and his cigar. And I just grabbed some of those insets, put them on this middle page. This is where the second set begins. Give you a chance to colour those if you're using markers. And we've got time for another round. You can find out heaps more at rjhenson.com. And don't forget, if you loved your book, leave a review on Amazon. That's the end of the book. 3 Mr. Fogartys, and then all of these other fun things to colour. And that's it. Well, that's Lost in Time, Mr. Fogarty's latest book. So much fun to draw this, and I'm looking forward to colouring some pages. I've got one page that I'm colouring. I think the Shakespeare page I'm colouring in March. I'm sure I'll be doing more after. So thanks so much for watching with me, guys. Hope you enjoyed seeing the book, but also seeing some of the sketchbook pages. And appreciate you watching. Remember to like and subscribe. And we shall see each other in another video. But for now, it's goodbye. Thanks for watching.